How to turn $0 into $100,000 with the power of wholesaling real estate. What's up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly the important frameworks, the exact frameworks of how to turn $0, zilch, zero, into over 100 grand in wholesaling real estate. I'm excited for this one, guys. We're going to change some lives today, and I'm going to show you exactly the entire process of how to do that in the most effective way, how to start wholesaling with $0. We got no money at all. And most importantly, if you have any questions, I'll be answering them all today on today's live stream. So guys, do me a big favor and smash that like button and subscribe. Get the most true value from me. Again, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. And again, guys, exclusive, we're going to be answering all the comments in the live stream today. So let's break it down. Let's get into it. Let's share exactly how to get going $0 in wholesaling real estate. But here's the problem. Y'all know I get hyped up for these things. I'm so excited. Every time you like this video, another guru cries. It makes me so happy. But here's the most important part. We got to get you guys jacked up to learn wholesaling today. So to do it, we got to cue the intro, cue the hype man. Let's get into it. Woo!
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch. Go. Get up, again, they got go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Snap. Let's get it, guys. We are here to break down exactly. Really going to do my mini course today. How to turn $0 into $100,000. This is my quote unquote, I don't know, mini course. I like to say, right? I call it whatever I really want, but this is kind of going to be my mini course today on how to turn $0 into $100,000. I could probably sell this course. I would say probably. What does the guru say? You got to end it with a 7, right? All these gurus are like $997 for my course, $4,997. So I guess $997, that might be it, right? I don't know how much to sell the course for. If gurus can go in the comments and tell me how much, theoretically I should charge, because they're the experts on this. But guys, this is going to be my mini course today, guys. If I was going to make a course for $1,000 and I was going to sell it to you and make a webinar and all this stuff, guys, this is the exact information I'd literally give to you as someone that runs a 7-figure wholesaling operation that's done over 1,000 real estate wholesaling deals in under 5 years. This is really what I want to break down, my exact tips and tricks. And also, I think one extra thing I want to add on top of this too, that I don't think a lot of people do. I've taught so many people to go from 0 to 100,000. I think that's something that is a lot more cooler than doing 1,000 deals. To prove to you that I know what I'm doing is I have helped. I would probably put thousands go from 0 to 100,000, and I know hundreds go from 0 to millions of dollars in this business in less than 2 years, which is kind of insane. No, sorry, it's almost in the tens of thousands. Over 10,000 getting their first deal easily. But it's insane, the amount of people on here. We got Vontae, who posted on there Friday. He got his first real estate wholesaling deal, made $50,000. Like, he's already halfway to 100K, and he started wholesaling in the June challenge last month, which is insane. So guys, I have helped, at 22 years old, thousands of people make hundreds of thousands of dollars in real estate wholesaling. I think that speaks for itself. I know people in the comments can go and prove to you guys. Remember, I'm not here to sell you anything. Everything you know about real estate wholesaling is at freewholesaling.com. That's where everything is. So today I want to give you my complete course guide, action plan on this. So if you're excited for this one, guys, we're ready to go. We are back to our regularly programmed live streams. So our live streams are going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays for probably the rest of my life, which is pretty fun. And it'd be kind of cool. Corey Living Proof. I mean, he's making a ton of money. Shout out to Corey. We're going to get you on the podcast soon. I got to reach out to you. Things have been a little crazy, but Shane, so I'll sell this course for $4,997. So that is the price of today's course. So without further ado, let's break it down. So today I'm going to show you my full breakdown, how to basically turn $0 into $100,000 in real estate wholesaling. The one little hack I could tell you on how to turn $0 into $100,000. Again, this isn't a 10-minute video. I'm getting in the nitty gritty. I'm acting like you just pay me $5,000 to learn this information. So that's what I'm be able to do today. The one thing I can tell you, which we're going to break down today, is the way that I look at wholesaling real estate. I feel like the way I look at wholesaling real estate is from a very, very low level. I would say what I mean by that is I don't complicate it. I look at the business very simple. I look at the way it is, which is having conversations with, sellers, people, and then selling it to a cash buyer for the highest price possible. And from basically my perspective of helping thousands of people go from 0 to 100,000, I know the key, I know the key frameworks that it takes to bring someone to that level. And I'm really going to break it down today. There's really two key resources you need to know how to actually move and allocate the right way. And basically, if you know how to manage those resources the right way, you're going to be successful. That's really what I'm going to break down today. I'm excited. I'm going to definitely shake some heads today. So it'll be exciting. So guys, let's kind of break down the wholesaling real estate process for an example before we break down how to go from 0 to 100,000. If we understand the process, maybe that'll help you out a little more. Basically marketing, we find distressed property with our marketing channels, right? We're going to lock up the deal, right? And we're going to basically have a call with the seller. We're going to sign the agreement to basically buy the property, and we're going to buy the property, an agreement to buy it. We're going to take pictures of the house. We're going to find a buyer, right? Find the end buyer. We're selling landlord house flipper. They're going to agree to buy basically our agreement from us and for our finder's fee profit, walk the cash buyer through the property, and basically get the assignment signed. Then we're going to close on the property. Now, the biggest difference that we're talking about today is the orange, yellow, green, and blue basically is the same process with $1 million. If I start out with $1 million in wholesaling, right? That's one thing I think everyone needs to understand is just this process right here. When we talk, the only thing that changes in starting out with $0 is the marketing. If I start with $1 million in my bank account today to get started in wholesaling, nothing changes except for the marketing. The marketing is the only thing in this entire process that changes. The orange, yellow, green, and blue is the exact same thing. That's where a lot of people get confused. The exact same thing. It's only the marketing that really shifts. And that's what we're going to break down today too. So how do we turn $0 into $100,000, right? It all comes down to marketing, guys. And this is the biggest issue most wholesalers starting out. The biggest thing they have is they think they got to understand the process. They think they have to do this. They have to have the perfect contract. They got to have this, blah, blah, blah. Like all these stupid things that don't really matter. And they think it's got to be perfect. Like I said, if I tell you how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, most of y'all are going to spend 80% of your time figuring out what's the perfect peanut butter to put on the peanut butter jelly sandwich. And the truth is, if you just grab a jar of peanut butter and just go after it, no one's really going to tell the difference, okay? Unless you get that crunchy stuff. We don't want the crunchy peanut butter. It's kind of stupid, right? Like, it destroys the PB&J. But it's the honest truth that most people just don't take the simple action. So it all comes down to your marketing more or less. Kind of like I said before in that example, it's the marketing that changes. When we have $0, it's really the entire process is basically the same. We're not buying the property. We're not getting crazy on it, right? If you really want to look at making $100,000 in wholesaling real estate, it's basically 10 deals. If your average deal is going to be 10K, which is the average in real estate wholesaling, it all basically breaks down to $100,000 at 10 deals, which is $10,000 assignment fee each deal. That is honestly it. Like, I don't care any which way you really want to complicate this or bring it through or give the whole hoopla or put it through this way, that way, the other. It all comes down to, at the end of the day, 10 deals at 10K each. That should be your focus. Like that's it. So what are our options in wholesaling real estate when we just have $0? We got no money starting out. What are our options? This is something I think is pretty easy. This is the way I look at things. This is the way not a lot of people like looking at this, but is the way that you need to be looking at it if you want to be very successful in this business, right? So what are your options starting out in wholesaling real estate when you got no money, right? you got to understand this first principle, this key framework when it comes to starting out in wholesaling that I didn't know starting out. It took me a lot of deals to understand this, but if I knew this starting out, I'd make a lot more money. Marketing comes down to two things. I don't care if you got $1 million, $1 billion, $1 gajillion, or $0, right? It comes down to two things: lists and marketing channel. Your list and your marketing channel is what marketing is consistent of. Your list was the list of potential sellers looking to sell their property. Marketing channel is what type of channel, like cold calling, SMS text blasting, like what type of channel out here to reach out to a seller. So list is finding a potential list of people who want to sell the property. Marketing channel is going to be the way that we actually go do it, right? It's very, very important you do this. Most people really, really complicate it. It's finding the list and then executing the list. That is what list and marketing channel. It's like pretty much know which way around it. Like that's basically it. So lists come down to basically two types. If I really want to break it down nitty gritty, there's only two types of lists, right? Well, let's break down lists. So if marketing channel comes down to two things, let's break down the two things. Number one, let's talk about lists. Lists come down to, there's only two types of lists out there. There are free lists and paid lists. If we have $0, let's do some deductive reasoning, right? What are we going to do if we have no money? We're probably going to be going after free lists, not pay lists. I think that's pretty self-explanatory right there, but I think it's something that needs to be said, even if it can be unsaid. I think a lot of people still need to understand this. If there's only two types of lists out here, free and paid, if you got no money, you're going to have to do free, right? Let's talk about marketing, right? Free marketing comes down to those two lists, okay? Free marketing comes down to these two lists. So I don't want to get like where are those little dolls that you pop open? There's like a little doll, and then you pop it open. There's another doll, like those little things. It's true. So when it comes to free lists, there's only basically two lists for free marketing, and it's very, very weird to put it in that list category, but it's true. So let's start in the top, right? Marketing comes down to two things: lists and marketing channel. Let's talk about lists. Lists, there's two types of lists: free lists and paid lists. If we look at free lists, there's only two free lists out here. There's only two. Only two. What are there? They're basically two lists you can get starting out in wholesaling real estate with $0. Two lists. That's it. At the end of the day, that's it. Number one, government list. Now, everyone knows government list. Everyone's rolling their eyes. I get it. I bet we're looking, there's only two lists you can pull with $0. There are government lists, and then what is outside of government lists? There are hunting lists. Now, what are hunting lists? It's kind of a gruesome name, I would say, but it is like I've looked at it every which way. These are the type of lists that there are. So what's a hunting list? Hunting list, aka lists that we actually have to go out there ourselves in the wild of real estate wholesaling and go out here and hunt. That is it. And call it the hunting list method. Like this is how gurus come out with names. I can make this my own name, sell it to you, charge you a bunch of money, learn it, blah, blah. I do the whole thing, but this is the honest truth here. So let's kind of break this down. There's hunting lists and government lists. If you guys want to hear me break down what type of list, you guys let me know in the comments if that's something you want me to break down a little more, if I should just, not talk about it. But I think everyone wants to know, like, what's a hunting list? What's a government list, right? Let's talk about government lists. I think that's the one that I talk most about. These are my favorite type of lists. I love hunting lists too. I actually recommend most people do hunting lists, but we'll break down government lists. Hopefully YouTube doesn't take down the word hunting. Maybe it's a little too bad. I don't know. But what are government lists, guys? Government lists are basically code violations, probates, water shutoffs, liens, fire damage properties, arrest record lists, pre-foreclosures, etc. Guys, I break it all down. Code violations are basically properties with the tall grass that are basically more or less out here. This is your code enforcement. Basically got properties that are behind on the code. They're in violation of it, basically against it. So tall grass, structural issues, they got mildew on the property, right? It's definitely not very good. Probate, someone unfortunately passes away. There's a huge chance there's a wholesaling real estate deal in there. Comparatively to other lists, it's a really good one. Water shut off. If the water's not running in your house, definitely living in it. Plumbing, all that stuff, not really good. Probably a lot of mold if it's in like the South, right? Liens are really good. People behind on their taxes are on there. People are behind on like property taxes, but more importantly, like IRS taxes, right? Basically not paying their state taxes, the state revenue on there. Fire damage properties. I mean, come on, guys. Properties that went on fire, don't probably want to live on it. needs a lot of work. Good properties there. Arrest record list, not really a problem with the property or wrong with the person, that they might want to just get rid of the property, get quick cash, get out of there. Very good list to be going after. Pre-foreclosures, people that are 2 to 3 payments behind on basically everything. So if they're behind on their mortgage, most likely behind on their taxes, maybe HOA, very, very good one to be going after, and one I highly recommend. There's going to be more pre-foreclosures than ever coming out in the future. So this is definitely one I definitely recommend for everyone out here starting out. But these are government lists. Remember, guys, where do you pull these type of lists, right? Guys, at freewholesaling.com on the bottom right here. Freewholesaling.com. This is how you kind of pull these lists. Basically, they're all from code enforcement. They're either from code enforcement, from the clerk of the court in your county, public records online, or you can go on the public records in person, from the court dockets, the fire department, the sheriff's department, the utility department. There's a lot of other ones out here too on there. But these are the key ways of actually finding these types of lists in wholesaling real estate. Definitely one of my favorite ways out here to actually find these type of lists. Very, very powerful. Definitely the way to be going after. So let's talk about hunting lists, right? Getting asked a lot, what's a hunting list, right? That's interesting. I want to buy a course on a hunting list, right? Every time you introduce a new name in wholesaling, I would start to do this because people get really excited for some reason. I don't know why. Most people do it to sell a list. Kind of funny, but it is true. What is a hunting list? So a hunting list is a list you actually have to go out here and hunt. You have to go after it. Like, hey, I'm going after it. I'm going to find these properties myself. I'm going hunting to a point, right? That's what I call a hunting list. You have to go out. It's not just driving for dollars, but there's multiple ways around. So let's kind of break it down. So number one, driving for dollars, right? I'm driving around town. I'm actively seeking in the wild jungle of wholesaling real estate. I'm seeking out my prey, which more or less is kind of like the deal, right? Driving for dollars for ugly looking properties. We're doing reverse driving for dollars, which we find the ugly property. We slap a sticky note on there like, hey, this is Zach. Give me a call back whenever you can. Very, very powerful list. You can do these on code violations. You do this on probates. There's so many types you can be going after on it. Very, very good. I mean, technically Heather's got it right. You're going fishing. Very, very, very powerful. But definitely a really good list I recommend. Door knocking is another good one out here that is a quote unquote hunting list where you're actually going out here and knocking on doors on maybe ugly properties or other type of properties you see. Interesting list, not my favorite one. I prefer reverse driving for dollars a little more, but still not a bad situation, not a bad way for wholesaling. Definitely still a really good one, but just understand, guys and gals out here, that when it comes to hunting down a list and actually finding a good list for real estate wholesaling, I would stick to the first two for hunting lists. You do Facebook messaging. Not a lot of wholesalers really understand this, but you can actually go out here and message sellers on Facebook, find their name, message them on Facebook. A lot of them are actually going to read that. So pretty good. It's not bad at all. Facebook messaging is very good. Another type, if you want to actively seek deals out here, government lists work like that too, but this is just a different type, right? Government lists, you can seek it too, but you can do direct mail, which isn't like hunting to a point. JVing is another type category I put in there where you're going after here. You're finding wholesalers that have deals locked up. And if you're really good at finding cash buyers, you can go hunt the cash buyer, right? And split the deal. I do a lot of that too. That's JVing. It's a very, very good one to be going after too. Those are our quote unquote hunting lists for it. There's other types, but really at the end of the day, wholesaling lists really come down on those two factors and those key things. Really, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's like, why are you talking about Facebook ads? Why aren't you talking about PPC, bro? Guys, if you have $0, that's not going to be, why don't you talk about direct mail? That's not going to be a good option starting out with $0. This is my course. I'm going from 0 to 100,000. And obviously, if I'm going to sell you, if I'm going to teach you how to make money with $0, I'm going to have to charge you $5,000 to start wholesaling with $0. Why would you want to learn wholesaling for free if you have $0? That makes no sense. You got to pay $5,000 to learn how to start with zero, because that's it. So if you want to learn how to start wholesaling real estate $5,000, give me $5,000 and I'll teach you how to do it. These gurus are so crazy. I love it when they do videos on how to start with $0, pay me $5,000, and then you're $5,000 in debt, and then don't even get me started with that. But I'm getting a lot of trouble today with these gurus, but I don't really care. What are our free marketing channels? Well, let's kind of break down the marketing channels that are free for us to do. Number one is cold calling. I think cold calling is still a very, very, very good list. Probably still my favorite one today. Hands down, the best one out here to this day, cold calling. You actually get better at talking and having conversations with sellers. You actually do it for free. It's great. There's free skip tracing. Script's really simple for it. I love cold calling. Text blasting and direct messaging is another really good one out here too. What's DMing, basically all the stuff. So basically the best way to be going after here and DMing somebody is just you find their name and you look them up on Facebook. If you can't find their phone number, just message them. I think you can do like 50 outbound Facebook messages a day. I think that's pretty much the limit. You have multiple Facebook accounts, right? That works pretty well too. But I think text blasting, if you really want, you can use like a Google Voice and text blast. You don't have like, you might be stuck at 100 text blasts a day, but still it's a free method out here. You do 100 a day for what, you get 3,000 texts out there. Not bad, right? Not the end of the way. It's still free, right? Voicemails are another good one. So if you're cold calling and they didn't answer, drop a voicemail in there. It's like free real estate on a voicemail. Hey, this is Zach. Give me a call back. It helps you get the callbacks back. So that is a free marketing channel out here. Networking is pretty much a pretty good one too. I do like networking. I feel like networking is a really good one. So if you can find people to JV with or find people to just learn wholesaling, where to find deals, networking is a really powerful tool out here. And I'm going to call it a marketing channel. Reverse routing for dollars, kind of like I said before. You don't even need a pull list for it. It's a marketing channel and a list all at the same time. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's kind of insane that you can do that in reverse routing for dollars. I've told everyone to do reverse routing for dollars for probably ever, definitely for the past, 6 months, I've been pushing it really hard. I've been pushing it hard for at least a year, but it's definitely one you guys got to be going after. These free marketing channels are amazing. So let's kind of break down my action plan. Let's kind of break down the action plan right now, how to turn this free knowledge I just gave you into $100,000 in like the next 2 weeks. If you really like in the next 2 weeks, you want to turn this knowledge into 100K. Let me kind of break down the perfect game plan for it. Nothing is ever guaranteed, but if you put in the work, your chances of doing it's going to be a lot higher than if you're not using this knowledge. So kind of let's break this down. You're going to have to create 2 budgets. These are the biggest resources you have in wholesaling real estate. I've kind of said it multiple times, but in wholesaling real estate, there's only 2 resources you have out here starting out in wholesaling real estate. You only have 2 resources. And if you know how to effectively use these resources correctly, you can do really, really well in wholesaling real estate. And this is why these resources, you got to budget them. So these are the 2 budgets that you have to do. So what are the 2 resources in wholesaling you have to effectively manage to become a millionaire? This is time and money. If you know how to allocate your time the right way and effectively use the time and be consistent with it, you're good. And you know how to allocate the money. Here's the cool part. If you have $0 starting out, you sort of know what to do with the money, right? There is 0. It's kind of crazy, but 0 right now starting out. So if you have $0, there's really no money budget to allocate. There's only time, which is kind of fun, which means you only have to allocate the time correctly. So what do you do with the time correctly? You have to know how to use the time, use the right lists, use your time correctly with the cold calling, and you're going to do really well. Like that's the two budgets, right? You have to create one schedule too. So what are 2 budgets? Remember guys, like I said, it's a time budget and then it's a money budget. How to effectively use our time the right way. How much time are we dedicating per week, per month in wholesaling real estate? And exactly how to allocate the money the right way. So let's create your schedule. That's the last thing. Like I said, create 2 budgets and then create one schedule. So the 2 budgets, right? Time and money budget. And then we're going to create a schedule. The point of the schedule is committing to it and splitting it the right way. So what do I mean by this? So another key I find here for success in wholesaling real estate is creating a schedule and sticking with it. And that's where I found the ones that do very successful in wholesaling real estate. They create a schedule of their time and money and they stick with it. That is the one thing I tell you right now. Create a schedule and stick with it. That's how you become successful in wholesaling real estate. You create a time schedule, create a money schedule. You create a schedule for your real estate wholesaling success, and you stick with it. That's it. So how do you actually, how do you actually stick with it? So let's kind of break down. So you're going to block out your time, and basically you got to do a 60-40 split, more or less. That is one thing I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to need a 60-40 split. So what does a 60-40 split more or less sort of look like? A 60-40 split basically spends that with your time during the day. You want to spend 60% of your dedicated resources of your time to marketing. What is marketing? Cold calling, SMS text blasting, following up, talking to sellers. Like, that's 60% of your marketing should be on this. Now, if you sort of look at what to do on the other 40%, that's pulling lists, skip tracing, going to the courthouse, all that fun stuff, like finding the list. 60% of the time should be marketing the list. So I'm recommending a 60-40 split. 60% of your time should be the marketing, 40 is pulling lists, and it's very effective. And that's definitely one I do recommend. Now, if you want to save more time on your marketing, get a dialer or something, add any extra free time basically to your marketing. So if you have 10 hours you can dedicate and it's only 3 hours, it took you to pull a list, only 6 hours for the marketing, and an hour extra, I would dedicate that extra hour if you can to like drawing for dollars, reverse drawing for dollars, pulling a list for 20 minutes, then cold calling that for 40, like whatever split you have. That's going to be my game plan for you guys starting out right now of like how to create that perfect schedule for wholesaling success. That 60-40 split is going to be absolutely powerful. And this is the stuff, again, you got to pay $5,000 to learn. So do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, subscribe, check out freewholesaling.com, guys. If you're getting it, like, guys, you literally, I would charge you $5,000. Like, gurus would charge you $5,000 for this. You're getting it all for free. The least you can do is go to freewholesaling.com, subscribe to the Flip with Rick YouTube channel, the Zach Ginn YouTube channel, and the Rick Ginn YouTube channel. Go to Wholesaling House for like, subscribe to all my stuff, follow me, because I'm giving thousands of dollars for free. Every single guru and their mom has told me that, Zach, first of all, guys, that is what it is. That is the little thing. But I want to tell you guys one last thing. I've had multiple gurus have Zooms with me the past year. Said, Zach, when you actually start maturing and becoming an adult, you'll learn that you need to charge for this information. I've been told by at least 5 gurus right now, 3 prominent ones that all you'll know. They've gone on Zooms with me privately. They won't say it, but they know. I actually have them recorded, which are pretty fun. I'm not going to break that down. Maybe I should, but all right. But I've been basically told that once I mature, once I become a big boy, I'll start charging for information. And 2 years later, I'm still getting it out for free, and I just don't care. So, guys, if y'all want to support me, just go to freewholesaling.com, subscribe, like anything you can, share this out. I appreciate it. So, yeah, that's basically the effective ways on how to do it. That's how you create your schedule. Add an extra time to your marketing, and that's how you're going to make $100K, as fast as possible in wholesaling real estate with the knowledge you have. That's how you go from $0 to $100,000 as soon as possible to absolutely get started in wholesaling real estate. I feel like I have an authority on how to show you how to wholesale for free, because everyone else that teaches you how to wholesale, quote unquote, for free tries to charge you $2,000 to $3,000, which makes no sense to me, which I just want to share everything I know absolutely for free today. So let's kind of break down, answer some questions today. So I'm getting a lot of questions in the chat. Zach, how do I join on the StreamYard today? So, guys, what I'm doing today is I'm dedicating it basically. So we are on a new schedule right now again. So dedicating it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, 4 days a week. We're going to have live streams for at minimum 2 hours each. And what we're going to do is answer your questions, teach you about wholesaling, and most importantly, help you become the best wholesaler possible. I'm experimenting some different formats. So I feel like today on Tuesday, what I want to do is answer all the YouTube comments. Not everyone wants to hop on a StreamYard, but they have questions they still have. So today I'm just going to answer YouTube comments today. So if you want to answer a comment, go to the Flip with Rick YouTube channel, the Zach Ginn YouTube channel, or the Rick Ginn YouTube channel, or anyone to go to the Wholesaling House for Real YouTube channel. Those are 4 YouTube channels that are currently posting this live stream right now, part of all of them. And if you want to ask your question on those channels, I'll answer them. I have specifically time blocked over 2 hours, 4 days a week to answer your comments. It's getting harder to answer DMs. It's almost impossible to answer any of my DMs anymore. Very hard to answer the YouTube comments. So on the live streams, that's when I'm be most active to answer your questions. And if you want to be on here, hit that like button. So if you see that like button on YouTube, hit that like button. and then comment on the live stream. And then there's a very high chance I'm going to try to hit your comment. So do that. Check it out. I'll actually no. Heck, if you're on Facebook too, I'll see your comments on here too. I don't know why I'm being weird, but yeah, on YouTube, on Facebook too. So if you have a comment, if you're watching this video right now, just comment and I will most likely be able to see it, and we'll get into the question. So without further ado, let's break it down. Just like whatever thing you're seeing right now, just like it. I recommend everyone goes to my YouTube channel too. I have multiple YouTube channels. I have 4 YouTube channels. Subscribe to all of them, and we'll get it going. So let's answer some questions out here today. So Lockdown says, looking for my first deal in Philly. If anyone has any tips, please reach out. Reach out to Lockdown if they're trying to get a deal in Philly. Let's answer some questions. Trenchcoat, does everything in your course still apply to today's standards? Because I feel like I'm a little late. I just did a 30-day wholesaling challenge. That was a lot of the info is live streamed and recorded in the past month. The ones I didn't have my long hair on. It's all good. I'm still wholesaling like crazy right now. I'm doing more deals now than I did in the past 3 months. So stuff's even heating up more for me. So yeah, everything still applies. I'm not a guru that made a video 2 months ago. No, sorry. I made a video 4 years ago. I still have it in my guys. The freewholesaling.com is a living, breathing course. It is a course that the content changes probably on a weekly basis on there. Bi-weekly, at least every month, videos change on there. So I have a cold calling video maybe a year ago. I do another cold calling video for the course, and I'll switch them out. So it's constantly new information, and we'll all break it down. So I love Corey. We're working on Corey to get the podcast going right now. He's a busy dude. I'm a busy dude, but we're going to get this podcast going. But he's absolutely crushing it, and he's learned for free. He's living proof that this business works for everyone. So he's really awesome, man. He can live his life as family and live in the dream. Like, guys, that's the point of why I teach you guys for free, because I know a lot of people don't have money for a course, and I know I can change lives today by actually showing you how to do this business for real, for absolutely free. So you can spend the time that you deserve with your family. And at the end of the day, why I do a lot of what I do to make the most money possible is for my family. My future family, right? My finances for the rest of my life are basically already set up. It's so you can spend the time with your family. And, I still donate a lot of charity. I do all this stuff, but I feel like my purpose on giving back, because I'm making so much money and I have so much free time because of the system I have, is just giving back to the thing that's helped me live my life and help change my life forever. So wholesaling's blessed my life, this industry, this business. Why don't I try to change it for the better without charging you $5,000 to learn it, right? And heck, maybe grow an influence enough where I'm the largest virtual wholesaler possible. You guys send me JV deals. Hey, that might help. Hey, guilty, right? But I think it's a win-win for everyone. So Veteran 85 says, Zach, you're that guy. You and Rick put the gurus to shame with free content. Amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. It means a lot. Sasha says, it's a bleep to get my county's government lists. Sasha, that is awesome. Why am I saying this is awesome? I'm saying this is awesome because guess what? If it's hard for you to actually get the county list, if it is very difficult for you to actually go out here and get a list, that means it's very difficult for most wholesalers to go get a list like this. And this is very, very cool. You know why? Number one, first and foremost, if it is difficult for you to get a list, that means other wholesalers are having a problem getting that list, which means once you eventually get that list, because you're learning from me, which I will help you find a list absolutely very easily. Actually, if you just comment the list, I could probably pull it right now on the live stream for you. That's one of my promises to y'all, is I can actually do that. So yeah, you get the list and it'll help you out. The problem is if I live stream how to pull that list, then everyone watching this can actually pull that list virtually. So Sasha, you need to make that decision for yourself. Eli's got some good. Is there for your paid data providers? So there is paid data providers and there's free data providers. My favorite free data provider is truepeoplesearch.com. They provide skip trace data for free. It's obviously a lot of work to be pulling all this stuff out here, but very, very effective and very, very good. So definitely a good one out here. So Paid ones like a listaria.com, Zach data, but you get free trials to them to try them out, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. So getting question from Jason, how are you doing your SMS text blasting? So I get asked this question a lot, how do you do your SMS text blasting? So let me put a link if you want the cheap link for it. But for SMS text blasting, what I basically do is I do a 2-prong approach at freewholesaling.com, which we teach for free, which is basically we hit you with a question more or less of, hey, is this, it's not like, so it's like, hey, I drove by your property. I had a quick question about this, or that, right? And the cool part about that is they're obviously going to answer the question with like, yeah, this is Zach. You drove by my house. And the cool part is I never said, oh, are you looking for a cash solution for your property? The problem is most wholesalers out here, they try to hit you with oh, my name is Zach with Zach Home Buyers, and I would give you a cash solution for your property. Blah, 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 blah. So, oh my gosh, boring, right? That's what every wholesaler and their mom does, right? The cool part is if you hit them with that approach, I just drove by the house, I had a quick question. Same thing I do in my drawing for dollars. Guess what happens when you do that? Something crazy changes. What happens is the carriers don't flag you as a wholesaler because every wholesaler and their mom does the same exact thing, right? And they don't get good results doing it. You actually skip the carriers blocking a lot of your stuff by doing that. And then it's very effective. And then you actually get in front of people that other wholesalers in your market can't do. I use batch for my texting. Basically, if you use code Zach, you get 50% off the SMS. That's kind of cool. But that's basically how you do it. And then I think there's a link for the free list polling. I don't know, whatever. Like that's basically how you do that way. So that's how I SMS text blast. Get in the StreamYard chat right now. So guys, no StreamYard today. That will be tomorrow. Again, you got to go to the Wholesaling House for a Facebook group. I really want to take Tuesdays now and answer the live stream questions because I feel like I've been neglecting them a lot just for the one-on-ones. And we're going to do the one-on-ones on Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, which trust me, I can get through these people because you got to ask your effective questions. So yeah, the link is the same for all of them. Use whatever you want when you want. I really don't care at the end of the day. So let's get some more questions on here. Let's start from the top and work my way on the bottom. I'm going to try to get through as many as I can. So yeah, so let's get it. So Pistol Pete, how many viewers have I should have not said that word before Pete for the algorithm, but whatever. Have successfully completed. I think a lot of people have. So let's see. Like I said before, Lou Pat says basically how do I get around avoiding DNC? You can avoid the DNC. Some people market the DNC. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to tell you what to do. DNC is a very weird law where it's about intent half the time, but I'm not going to break that down too much. I'm not a lawyer, legal advisor, CPA, any of that stuff, right? Let's get hyped. I love it. All right, let's see what questions we got here. I just wonder what to say to get started. If you're having those type of questions, you need to go to freewholesaling.com. Go to freewholesaling.com. Like I just at the end of the day, if you're asking like beginner questions, freewholesaling.com, and then ask your questions to me, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. But a conversation like how to actually have a conversation with the seller, I have my methods, my motivation, condition, time frame, price. If you constantly watch the live streams, I'll eventually talk about it or speak on it. Or actually, Real, I know you've never talked to me one-on-one. I can tell just by the name. It's a very cool name. And then Harvey's like Guy Harvey. I love Guy Harvey. I would have known your name if you hopped on and talked to me. You probably haven't, which I pretty much know you haven't. So hop on and talk to me and we can have that conversation. I'd love to help you out, So El Papalero, definitely saying your name wrong. Hey, Zach, I've been trying to figure out if I need a real estate license to wholesale in Oklahoma since there's new laws, what to do. Bro, you need to go to freewholesaling.com and see how the laws really work. Honestly, you just can't publicly market for sale the property. You can have a real estate wholesaling you don't need a real estate wholesaling license in wholesale in the state of Oklahoma. You're fine. Most gurus overhype it, scary. If you go to freewholesaling.com, I break it all down. Wholesaling is 100% legal. Go through the whole challenge, guys. I break it down. Like, it's just gurus trying to scare you. Y'all know I've lived I've fought the fight with it, so it's fine. Blaze is a good question. Do you ever mess with foreclosures? And this is actually a really cool one. I do not, quote unquote, mess with foreclosures. I don't think foreclosures are that good for real estate wholesaling. What I do mess with, quote unquote, is pre-foreclosures. Pre-foreclosures are way better. Um, just don't go after foreclosures. I would go after pre-foreclosures. That is my personal belief and opinion on here on my channel. So that's what I say. Can you please help me? I'm trying to get started ASAP. Freewholesaling.com, bro. Or ma'am, I'm guessing it's Chris. Chris, if you have watched me on today's video, if you watched the first 40 minutes, 20 seconds in, I think you could do it. Someone should do a counter of how many times I said the word freewholesaling.com. Probably said it at least, hopefully 50 times. I might I'll definitely hit 100 by the end of this. If I've said the word freewholesaling.com at least 100 times, just think about this for a second. That's probably where you should get started in wholesaling, right? Freewholesaling.com, baby. Right here. Right on the bottom. Freewholesaling.com. That's honestly where I'd get started. Get some water. So Ellie Holmes says here, laws are changing for SMS and RVM. How do we go about this while being compliant and not risk getting sued? Now, this is a really good question. How do I not get sued? How do I avoid the risk of being sued for wholesaling real estate? You only get sued in wholesaling real estate when you do something really wrong. And this is a very stupid way to answer it, but it's actually the truth. If you don't do anything wrong, you're going to be fine in wholesaling real estate. Most wholesalers, when they get sued, they do something stupid. Let me kind of break this down. If you were threatening somebody over a contract, you're being stupid. If a seller really wants out of a deal, just get him out of the deal. Like, at the end of the day, most wholesalers love doing stupid stuff sometimes. It's in their DNA, but it's not something you should be doing. Loss for SMS text blasting. If you use something like batch leads, use code Zach, use ZachData.com, you're going to be fine. Like, those are very compliant services. That's why I tell you, I was like, why don't you promote this service for SMS text blasting? It's 0.004 cents cheaper per text. Well, I don't promote that one because I don't use that one. And I don't use that one because if I send out tens of thousands of texts and I get sued, I'm in a very bad compliant SMS text blasting platform, which I get my butt whooped in a lawsuit, and that'll cost me a lot of money. If I have someone that is always on top of the laws and the regulations and everything, I'm going to be fine. RVMs, I just blanketly, if you go to freewholesaling.com, RVMs aren't mentioned once on how to do them because I don't think anyone should be doing them. They're in a very big gray law for wholesaling real estate after talking to multiple lawyers. I cannot, in a good conscience, tell someone to do an RVM because if you get sued with it, you would very, very hard to win that one because I've seen a lot of governments like the Southern District of Florida go after RVMs, and it's very hard to win that. They don't go after SMS because it's pretty much in compliance with TCPA, especially with the carriers and the ones that I tell you to use. You're fine on SMS. You're really not going to get sued too much. And I'm not a lawyer or anything, but RVMs, I've seen people happen all the time, not for SMS because SMS is fine. RVM, no. That's just what I'm saying. All right, let's get it going. Eating peanut butter out of the jars. Heather, tell Rick that because he's the one that does that, not me. Okay, maybe me a little, but not too bad. Okay. I need to know what's the best way to find homeowners drawing for dollars. My favorite way, honestly, like if you honestly just want to find someone's information for drawing for dollars, like we're not talking about money at all. ListRA.com is my favorite one. You don't have to go through a bunch. Like if I have a list of 1,000 on like multiple counties, PropStream is going to be a lot easier to import and do stuff like that, or like ZachData.com. The problem is with your drawing for dollars, it's like you can go to honestly, the property appraiser is going to be the best way if time's not a factor of just finding the actual name on the deed. PropStream pops up really fast. I get data like estimated stuff like that. I skip trace in there if I really want to, something like that. So yeah. Jason McKeesey. So D, just understand the property appraiser is going to be the best one. Now, information, if you want to just find who the homeowner is, property appraiser, but information, stuff like that, listarea.com, skip trace, like batch or something like that, ZachData.com. So Jason McKessie, fitness out here. I still haven't worked out today. I feel antsy. I need to get a workout in, but I'll probably work out after this. Hey, boss, just wanted to stop by and say keep crushing it and cranking out the free content. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Jason's noticing we are cranking out a ton of videos out on the Flip With Eric channel this week. Something I've been working on during the challenge behind the scenes. A lot. I'm going to tell you, we're having a lot of crazy stuff. We're pumping out a ton of free content on the Flip With Eric channel, on the Zach Ginn channel, and starting to crank out a lot of Rick Ginn content on the Rick Ginn YouTube channel. I did promise that during the challenge that we're starting to pump it all out and start like getting systems in place for it. Absolutely for free, and the wholesaling house is for real. It took me a little bit to get the systems in place for it, but we were able to get that going where it's very effective and efficient. So pretty cool. And then we're working hard on just giving more free value for you guys out here. Pretty fun. So let's see here. I'm in San Diego. Awesome. Kaylin says, Zach, I'm closing my first property this week. Oh my gosh, Kaylin, bro, let's get it, bro. That's awesome, man. Bro, I want to talk to you tomorrow, man. I'd love to talk to you about it. I want to make sure the deal's going through. I want to ask you the questions, make sure the deal's going well. But, bro, proud of you, Kaylin, man. I remember hopping on talking to you. Let's get it, man. Congrats, dude. That's awesome. I'm closing my first property this week or next. Thank you for the content. Really helped me to piece this for the process together. Much love, bro. Kaylin, thank you so much. I'd love that, man. Love it. Break it down more. Awesome. Breakdown straight out of West LA. Awesome, man. I got to go out to LA. I think it'd be pretty fun. I think LA is cool. Our pre-foreclosures and probate lists free online. Every county court website tries charging for a list. Let me know the county and I'll pull it for you for free and show you how to do it. Jason, we are doing those tomorrow, so just hop on the Facebook group. Clarence, what is up? Delinquent tax on land. How to get homeowner to tell me that? How to get the owner to tell me they owe the vacant land without bringing it up? So I think the biggest one's asking why they want to sell it. Is going to be any issues with the title company. The biggest one I can tell you is if you just honestly want to lock up the deal and have the title company look at it and say the title company told you, it could be a good one too. Blaze says, I'm in 2 weeks and got 4 contracts. Let's go. Woo! That's awesome. Congrats. Hop on tomorrow. I want to talk to you too. I love talking to people that are very successful starting out initially and in the future even more, because I want to figure out what you're doing and if that's working really well around the country. It helps me give data when a newbie in that certain market asks me what works. So I'm like, well, this person did really well doing that, right? That's how I kind of figure all that information out too. Jeremy says, do you find that sometimes you get a probate deal done quickly or you are mostly able to spend time building rapport with the inherit? No. Once I get the lead, maybe I follow up for a week or two, right? Like within a month, I usually get it locked up. Unless they're like taking a lot of time, pretty fast. I get the deal locked up because we can close while it's in probate or still lock the deal up while it's in probate. Now you're saying you get a probate deal done. The done part might take a couple months, but the locking up of the deal is very, very fast, effectively for us. Valentine Aguilar says, how many calls do you think it takes to get a deal from a government list or drawing for dollars? That's a really good question, Valentine. I would say, if you're doing probates, maybe a 1,000 calls if you're really going to go crazy, maybe 500 for drawing for dollars. I think that's I don't think that's a bad one. I'd say that's pretty good. How do I find a buyer? Go to freewholesaling.com. Facebook buyers are really good. I absolutely love going to Facebook groups and finding buyers. That's what I teach at freewholesaling.com. Another good one is cold calling the 4 rents in your area. I love cold calling the 4 rents. That's another really, really, really very effective and very good portion. Like if you want to get real estate wholesaling deals done really fast and find the cash buyer on the dispo side, cold calling the 4 rents is really cool. Using like a PropStream list.rei.com type service and just calling them, networking, going to your local real estate investing groups, JVing if you really have to. They're very, very good. Let's see. Delinquent tax on land. How do I get a homeowner? Oh, already answered that one. So N Jones out of West LA. What is reverse trying for dollars? And let me answer this, and I will answer this. First of all, you got to go to freewholesaling.com, and I have a whole section on how to do reverse trying for dollars. But reverse trying for dollars is basically when you're driving around or you have a list of, let's say, code violations, probates, water shutoffs. And let's do water shutoffs, for example. I have a list of all the water shutoffs in my city. There's like 4 of them, right? The water shutoff on the property, they probably don't want to live in it. Probably a good real estate wholesaling deal. What I'm going to do is get my sticky notes, like just a yellow sticky notepad. You get Walmart or something, right? And just put, hey, this is Zach. I had a quick question about the property. Please give me a call back. Put your phone number, slap it on the house. You'll get a call back. Very, very efficient, and it works really, really well. It's definitely a really good one to be going on. Definitely one I highly recommend in wholesaling. I absolutely love it. Let's see here. Hold on. Alrighty. How do you find sellers on Facebook? The best way to find a seller on a Facebook is just put their name on there, right? Like there's no like a Facebook list. You just got to find a list and put their name in Facebook. That's probably the best way, I would say. I don't want you all stinking guru money, okay? It's like, how do I get the money for? I'll give you all this money for to learn wholesaling to talk to me. Like, guys, I don't want your money. I don't take your money. I teach everyone for free. Okay, y'all get treated the same out here. Jane's got a good question here. Jane asks, can you ever get stuck with a contract and lose money? Theoretically, yes. Let me explain the reasons why so you know how not to do it. Mostly everyone that goes to the entire freewholesaling.com course, they never struggle with this problem. The ones that don't listen to my advice and the ones that call me after they get their money lost, that's usually the only way you actually get in trouble with it. So if you're going out here and you're like, Zach, how do I not lose my money? So first of all, you need to go to freewholesaling.com and learn how contracts effectively work. At freewholesaling.com, we break down how contracts work. At the end of the day, a lot of people don't understand how contracts work starting out, and I have videos. The problem is it's going to take you at least an hour video at freewholesaling.com where it's a full breakdown of me and Rick behind a computer screen, breaking down contracts, filling out contracts with you, and showing you how to do it the right way. It takes about an hour. Just FYI, it's definitely not sexy the way I just said that. But that's why most people, like, they won't spend an hour to learn how a contract works, and they'll lose their $100, $200 earnest money, and they'll complain to me. Guys, if you spend that hour at freewholesaling.com to learn how contracts work, you'll know how earnest monies work, title companies, all this stuff. And one way to figure it out is your earnest money deposit is basically your down payment on the property, which should be at least $100. Well, you put on there, it could be $0, but I still recommend $100. And all y'all got to do out here for $100 is you just got to be within your inspection period, which at freewholesaling.com, we kind of break down how that all works. To be within the inspection period, you got to write 30 days, 45 days. If you cannot find a buyer within that inspection period, then you will lose out on the deal and you won't be successful at it. So, and then you'll lose that $100. Now, if you win that time period, you're going to be fine. You might need to get extension on the deal. That's effectively how you lose your money if after the inspection period's over and you actually don't lock up the deal. That's the way you don't do well. Can't stand these gurus. I can't stand these gurus either. Kaylin says, what's the difference between, for example, foreclosures pulled from the county and foreclosures pulled on PropStream? So I'm talking about pre-foreclosures. I'm assuming you're talking about pre-foreclosures. Let me know if I'm wrong. But I would assume you're talking about pre-foreclosures. Pre-foreclosures from a county is going to be effectively faster than the ones from PropStream. I would say PropStream might be a week or two later. For example, but they're still very effective, both of them. So if you want to pull it from the county, you're going to actually have to pull the list pendant, which is basically an action done on a person in regards to property. Basically, it's a bank going after someone that hasn't paid, and they've given the warnings and the proper everything from it. And unfortunately here, PropStream is going to do the same exact thing. They're just doing it for you automated. And that's kind of the only difference between, like, they're getting the same data. PropStream might take like a week or two to get that data because it's all automated all over the country at like millions and millions, hundreds of millions of records. Kind of insane how they do it. But it's a lot more effective just to use PropStream than pulling it from the county. If it was more effective, I've tried them both. I'd have a VA pull all the pre-foreclosures right when it hits. But PropStream sometimes does it instantly too. So it's just not worth it for me. Unlike like a utility lien list or like a water shutoff or a fire damaged property, which you get straight from the horse's mouth, using PropStream versus a county, I honestly don't see a big difference between the two. That's my opinion. Eli says laws are changed. I already answered that one. How about I pay you $5,000 and find and close $10,000 deals for me? See, this is always a funny one. Why would I close $100,000 worth of deals for you and you pay me $5,000? Why would I make $100K for you and I get only $5,000 to do 100? This is so stupid. I'm like, no, you pay me $5,000. I'm not going to close 10 deals for you. That is a terrible trade-off of my time. How about you pay me nothing and I teach you how to close the 10 deals? Right? That's funny, but no. Tyler says, how do we present ourselves to seller? I've said, you say that you're telling sellers you're an investor, might concern them. What do you suggest? I'm a cash buyer. Me and my partner, we're looking to buy properties for cash. That is what I tell a seller. It is the truth. You and your cash partner are going to be buying the property for cash. You're not lying. You're saying the exact truth, right? You're not doing anything crazy. You and your partner are buying the property for cash. Nothing crazy. Nothing mind-blowing. Like nothing world-shattering, right? You're not really doing anything insane. You're buying the property for cash. Most wholesalers really complicate this. At the end of the day, that's what you're doing. Okay? That's it. Don't say the I word. Don't say investor. It has bad connotations. Probably not going to get the wholesaling real estate deal in there. Don't like it. It is definitely not the way you should be approaching sellers on here. But if you approach them from a way that you are just looking to buy properties cash, you're going to do a lot better. Okay? You're just going to have a lot better results on it. So it's crazy. But yeah. Also, don't use the word contract. Use the word paperwork. That's a lot better, guys. Using the word paperwork is so much better, y'all. And guys, so I know a lot of you guys might be new from the challenge, coming on here watching the channel. So just in case the lives aren't announced, because sometimes I might announce like 30 minutes on like YouTube, like schedule it out because I'm a little busy. They're always going to be at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So 5 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central, 7 Mountain, 8 Pacific. And then Arizona does whatever they want with time zones. But that's always Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And guess what? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So every single day on every single channel, except for the Ricken channel and the Wholesaling House for Real channel, there will be a video posted at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard. So 5, 6 Central, 7 Mountain, 8 Pacific. Even if I don't have a live, it would be a recorded video. And then it's always on there. So just FYI for everyone who has that question. Zach, please send a one-on-one. So that's tomorrow. So if you find a seller but can't find a buyer, what do you do if you can't go and do the walkthrough? You most likely have to get out of the contract. But at the end of the day, if you can't find a cash buyer, it comes down to 2 factors. These 2 factors are, number 1, either your price is too high on the deal, or number 2, you haven't found enough cash buyers. And most of the time, you have the deal locked up too high. And a lot of people are very bad at finding multiple cash buyers because they don't go to freewholesaling.com and figure out how to do dispositions the right way in wholesaling real estate. It's a shame, but it is the honest truth. That's where most wholesalers get in trouble. Mason has the poor man's mindset here that wholesaling is too saturated. So I was kind of like talking to somebody the other day about wholesaling, and this is probably one of the truest statements I can tell anybody. This is in life too. And this is actually, I actually want to pull what is the, wait, I'm trying to see. I think it's a proverb. I don't want to give, I think it was a philosophical. All right, whatever. Let me pull up the quote for you guys because this is the only way I can really bring it. But let me break down the quote for you guys and kind of show you what it means. So Jason basically says, wholesaling is too saturated. I can only think of one quote on this, kind of to break it down, but it is true. Um, as a man thinketh, as a man thinketh, so is he. Um, More or less to that quote, I've heard not aristocrat, but the ancient Greeks used to say a very similar saying. Um, Basically, you are what you think. And basically, if you can look at your actions, it's the way you think. And this has been something that I've been thinking about for a while. I've talked about people for it. I've done videos on it. Um, but it's the truth. In wholesaling real estate, even when I was poor in wholesaling, I made no money starting out. I thought as a rich person. I came with confidence. I knew the right way to talk to a seller. And I became rich because I had the mindset of someone who was, even if I wasn't at the time. You can change the mindset. The problem is if you think in a poor man's mindset, if you think in a poor woman's mindset, if you think in a mindset that is not going to help you grow or become successful, you're going to fail. Now, Mason out here is saying wholesaling is too saturated. Mason, if I thought like that, I'd make $0. Wholesaling is too saturated. I can't make wholesaling work. I make millions of dollars every single year assigning real estate wholesaling contracts. And I don't have that mindset because I feel like I can work with other wholesalers. I can do deals in my own market and I can just rise above my competition because I know the exact reasons why to become successful. When you actually go out here and say, oh, wholesaling's too saturated. It's raining today. I can't drive for dollars. It's too hot outside. I'm not going to go work out. Guys, the unsuccessful people, the ones that don't get things done, the ones that actually don't make money, the ones that are not successful in entrepreneurship, they will always find an excuse. Always. The ones that actually have the real excuses, they find a way around that and get over the hump. Mason, I have effectively destroyed the number one excuse most people have getting started in real estate wholesaling is they don't have the money. I've taught everyone right now today how to get started in real estate wholesaling is $0. I've destroyed that excuse. Mason, on the other hand, says, you know what? I want to bring it up. It's too saturated in my market. Mason, you have a poor man's mindset. I encourage you to change it. If you still think like this, you will not be successful in this business. It is absolutely insane. I don't ever want to hear this sentence again because it is absolutely false. Go to your guru. Go pay 10 grand to learn something else. I don't know, but maybe being a realtor is better for you. The last thing I'll tell you is about, here's the last part about somebody who says wholesaling is too saturated. Be a realtor and then come back to me and complain about saturation. There's so many more realtors out here than wholesalers. If you think wholesaling saturated, go become a salesman for car. Be a car salesman. That's way more saturated. All right. Like if you look at other types of sales in this country, they're all more saturated than wholesaling. You got to pick what's saturated you're okay with. Trust me. As someone that knows a lot of realtors, being a realtor is way more saturated than this. And you might think wholesaling is saturated. Go open up a pizza shop in your neighborhood. There's a lot of pizza shops everywhere, right? Like that's way more saturated. Like guys, there's saturation everywhere. It's just what excuse are you willing to do? Okay. It's so insane. Yeah. I've never had that mindset. You think Kobe had the mindset of there's too many people wanting to be in the NBA. I should probably just quit. He doesn't care. Okay. He didn't care. Just go to freewholesaling.com. The link's in there. Lemuel Reyes, what's up? He says, hey, Zach, I am pulling my own probates from last month to today's date from the county. I'm virtually wholesaling from the status of all of them says pending. What does that mean? Just the probate's pending. Still reach out to them. Rourke Smith has a good one here. Make sure you scrub DNC and provide a way in your messages for people to get on the personal do not call list. If you use batch, you're basically going to get on there. You're fine. Technically, you're not selling. You're attempting to buy something. It's not a sales call. That's right. Some people scrub DNC. Some people don't. The ones that get deals, not scrubbing the DNC list, you're going to get deals. So just FYI. I can tell you right now, though, the one way you shouldn't get in trouble in wholesaling is if somebody out here in wholesaling, like you're wholesaling, if someone says, take me off your list or I never want to be on your list, just honestly take them off the list. And at worst, I see people take them off the list for like 6 months and then contact them again. But like I have a special list of people that are just too mean. I just don't want to deal with them, you know. And they say no, that's not taking off the list, right? They ask for it and then do it, you know. I don't see any problem with that. Let's see. Let's see here. Yes, most charge like 35, but depending on some free. Let's see here. There was a couple I found on Facebook and their program's 10K. Guys, don't be paying 10 grand to learn whole. Like this is just insane. I've seen one guy say that wholesaling just, guys, it's insane. I think it's hilarious. I see some YouTube ads because I'm targeted for wholesaling on it. Well, like, let's say just watch like a funny video, right? Like I'll watch a funny video on YouTube or whatever, or like an educational one, and I get like this ad for wholesaling, like, I've never, wholesaling's terrible. I made $0 wholesaling real estate. Oh, you need to try the Johnston method for learning wholesaling. Or, you sick of wholesaling? I'll show you how to make this. It's ridiculous, guys. Like, it is so ridiculous that these gurus are getting more desperate too. It's getting hilarious, but whatever. Good afternoon, Zach. My name is Marcus. I have a question. When reaching out to a real estate lawyer, what questions am I asking? Freewholesaling.com. But I'd reach out to a title company instead. It'll work a lot better. So, Quickie B, what's up? You're watching this on YouTube. Welcome for joining, right? If you're watching this right now, you're watching on YouTube. So it's live on YouTube right now. The cool part about that is it's live. So right when this live's over, the whole replay will be able to watch, and it's there basically forever. I think that's kind of cool. So yeah. Where's the question going here? Hold on. Just says, hey, Zach, could you and Rick use an executive assistant? Nope. Teresa says they're pretty willing to give you their info up when you say that you're putting together a cash buyers list. That works too. Is there any specific terms that are nice to know before starting? And would you get a real estate license? Getting a real estate license won't help. I recommend everyone goes to freewholesaling.com and actually, have the terms on it. Let me kind of show you this. So let me share my screen and show you what freewholesaling.com, the front of it. So you go to freewholesaling.com. It looks like a sales page. I'm going to charge you 10 grand to learn wholesaling, right? No, right? You just literally just click create account, put your email in, create a fake password. If you want to create a fake password, check it out, whatever. Just put a password in here. So when you are a member, you just log in here. You actually can put your login and all your data saved. So if you're like halfway through the course, your data saves on where you're at on the course. That's kind of the point why I make logins for everyone. And you can, if you forget your password, you get a new one, right? Pretty cool. But basically, like, guys, what I say in real estate wholesaling, it's like all these people, like I just put some checks people are getting from this. Guys, when I tell you I've made all these people thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's true. Stuff works. So the reason I'm telling you is like, you asked about the terms, right? Let me kind of break down the terms. Hold on. Let me just log into freewholesaling.com for me. Hold on. Oops. Hold on. Log into freewholesaling.com. My account on here. And let me just show you one thing that's kind of cool in this. So this is freewholesaling.com. We are in it right now. We have links to watch the live stream, the JV, Facebook group, stuff like that. On the top on the welcome page, there is my wholesaling basically terms. I have all my acronyms. I feel like you should just like go over these two and watch my video on me breaking everything like that down. It'll be very, very effective and help you out. Hamid says, if I have a seller and can't find a buyer, what do I do? I broke that down already. For sale by owners are absolutely amazing for wholesaling real estate. You guys should be going after them. I love for sale by owners. I'm telling everyone, I love for sale by owners for wholesaling real estate. I feel like a lot of people should be going after for sale by owners. They work very, very, very well. Shout out to my Twitch streamers watching this on Twitch. Always give my love to everyone who watches this on Twitch. I don't know why some of y'all watch on Twitch, but hey, I get always asked, Zach, you should put this on Twitch. I'm on Twitch. I think I'm the only wholesaler on Twitch, but people watch me on Twitch, which confusing me. But it's Zachary Ginn on Twitch, I think. But I don't do any video games or anything like that on there. Which app do you recommend for drawing for dollars? I recommend listrei.com for it. That's gonna be the best one. Do your forms work in California? We are on the strictest states. Yes, but always bring it up with a title company too. California is huge though. So my favorite list for Fayetteville, North Carolina right now is Drawing for Dollars still. I love Fayetteville, North Carolina, an amazing market. It's actually one of my top wholesaling markets. Love Fayetteville. Definitely one that I love. So I think reverse Drawing for Dollars is really good. A lot of subject twos there too. CKD says, how do you build your buyers list? What is your likelihood of being stuck with a property because of no buyer? Not high if you can effectively do it the ways that I teach. Johnny Flores says, when cold calling, do you use your personal number? No, I do not use my personal number when it comes to cold calling and wholesaling real estate. I'll either use a Google Voice number or like a call rail number. You can get like a Vumber if you really want to. There's multiple ways around it. What is up? Love says, Zach, I have a potential first deal, but I'm stuck on how to move forward. Please help. Well, tell me a little more about the deal and why you're struggling for it. Love to know. Cheryl says, thank you again for the info and trying to help us. Of course, no problem. Love to help. There's no 7% ARV rule. I don't know who came up with that 7% rule. It does not work, especially during these times. Gotta go to freewholesaling.com to learn it. Can you touch on the short sale process? Not for beginners. This is definitely, we don't really talk about short sales too much for wholesaling because it's definitely not something most wholesalers should be going after. And if you're at that level, talk to me one-on-one. I'll kind of break it down a little more with you. Aaron says here, any tips for wholesaling in California? It depends where in California because there's a lot of different stuff going on if you're in California. I would have to sort of see where you're at in California, and that can kind of help me break down what you should be doing there. Lewis says, the areas I stay in homes are well over 400K, but do I need to start small, like half that? If it's in 400K, you're going to be fine. Let me know what market you're in. That'll definitely help me a lot. Do you need an attorney to wholesale in Fayetteville? No. I mean, attorney will help you. There should be attorneys at title companies, but let me write down all the attorney states just so everyone out here. Let's break down all these. Let me get the map. Hold on, let me get this bigger. So it's basically Georgia, South Carolina, if you're like in the South. These are all a little different. Trying to find a real map. Because technically some like are like title company states, but they require a lawyer, but there's like a lawyer at every single one, so they're all a little different. Oh yeah, John, these haters gonna hate. These haters are upset that I choose to drink water in the morning. They're gonna be upset that I ate a hot dog on the 4th of July. Like my haters are always gonna have a problem with me. Hey, these gurus are always gonna hate on me. I don't care. Hope everyone had a good fourth. Great question here. Does this apply? Does this all apply to virtual wholesaling real estate? The answer is yes. This does still all apply to virtual wholesaling real estate. Okay. Yes. Okay. My concepts do not change when it's virtual. I have all my virtual wholesaling stuff at freewholesaling.com. But no, yeah, the stuff still applies, guys. So Sasha, no, they don't. Most of these contracts don't need to be notarized. Oh, what's up, Jason? Looking for my first deal ever in West Palm Beach or Broward. Done deals there. Love it. Would love to set my moms free. Don't we all? Anyone interested in offering mentorship? Bro, Jason, freewholesaling.com. I don't even know why you're asking this question. Jason, I'll talk to you one-on-one here for free, bro. I don't know what else you want, man. Like, if you're watching this, it's like I'll teach you for free. Hop on the Wholesaling Houses for Real Mastermind. I'll show you everything you need to know absolutely for free in freewholesaling.com. I'll show you, man. Come on. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Hold on, I'm popping this up here. Got a lot of questions. Jeez. DeQuavion says, Zach and Rick are the GOAT. Appreciate it, man. And yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Like, guys, I do this like there's nobody in the studio right now. It's just me here. Y'all can tell I do this all by myself. So I try to answer as many questions as I can. Y'all can tell when a guru can't do anything without their little sales staff that they have. Like, they spend probably millions of dollars of employees just make YouTube videos and live streams for them. And, and then they don't have their people and then they're like freaking out. Guys, it's just me here, just showing you guys. It's mano a mano right now, showing you how to wholesale real estate. I got nothing to sell you. That's why I got no sales staff around me, no media people. Like, I just want to help you out. Okay. It's ridiculous what these gurus are up to, but I have a good time. I get in trouble. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I am marketing Central Florida via cold call with VA. We're calling a high equity absentee. Nothing yet. How do I know when it's a data issue? Bro, I don't even know what market you're doing. I don't know what your skip tracing is. Give me more info. Thanks, Jermaine. I appreciate it. Color me love. You got to give me some more information about the deal and how I can help you out with it. Hop on tomorrow. I'll talk to you. Well, Sheepdog, so he says, so what does it mean when I look up a abandoned house and the owner says family trust? Well, that means it's just in a trust. Nothing too complicated. Well, my real question is, are you on the trust? Are you a trustee on there? Yes or no, right? If their name's on the trust, that's all you got to know. So they say yes. Cool. Are you looking to sell the property? Maybe they're trying to confuse you. I don't know, but that's kind of weird. Hey, you're looking to sell the property. That's really it. Nothing too crazy. When I pull a list, they have signed an affidavit not to use it for commercial purpose. Avon, I don't know what service you're using. Let me know. And commercial can go a lot of ways. What's the definition of a commercial? For you to use it commercially or do you to sell it commercially? Because a lot of people do that instead too. Marcus says, good afternoon, Zach. My name is Marcus. I have a question. When reaching out to real estate lawyers, bro, title companies, let me know where you're in. So, Brandon, just go to the Montgomery County Public Records and pull a list from there. Do you provide funds for double closing? Yeah, I do. I'm answering questions right now. Amanda, thank you so much for subscribing. Guys, maybe this is a little wake-up call. Most of y'all are subscribed, so thank you. But like a lot of people, over half of everyone watching this live stream right now are not subscribed. What are you doing wrong? And make sure you hit that bell to be notified when I go live. Y'all should know 5 o'clock, but some of y'all forget. So make sure you hit that bell. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you watch this content too. I appreciate it. And yeah, make sure you hit it up. Hey, Zach, great content. I've been learning a lot from you. I have a house currently for sale in California. My question is, how do you properly fill out the assignment contract? Wholesaling.com. I had literally what I just said, spent an hour just breaking down contracts, how they work. Watch that video because I can't go an hour right now with you how to do it together, but I can do in that video. Same with the Podio, right? How to set up Podio, it's all in there. Best place to find cash buyers, listria.com if I have to like generally say something. But yeah. Let's see here. See, Ivan, it's a JK. Thank you. I thought it was legit. All right. It's just a kid. All right. How do you hire someone in virtually wholesaling? That's a really good question. So I actually have a scaling video. The best method to scale a virtual wholesaling business actually starts from multiple factors and sections. What I can tell you right now is the first hire in virtual wholesaling when you're scaling it needs to be a marketing. So you want to hire from your least important paying tasks to your most important paying tasks. So what are some of the least important paying tasks? What are ones that you can just get rid of, delegate? The fastest ones to delegate and get rid of are your VAs. So your cold calling, your SMS text blasting, you're answering your SMS text blasts. These are going to be probably the most important ones. These are going to be the most valuable ones to be going after, and ones that are going to give you the best results in wholesaling. So those are hands down always going to give you the best results. So how do you hire someone? You hire someone, just basically do a VA starting out from there. And then from there, you can get people doing your dispositions for you. And then at the end of the day, they might do your acquisitions, but no VAs for that. Someone in person or someone over the phone. Does anyone know you can still buy a wholesale without paying all cash? You can do any finance. Bro, it's wholesaling. You're just selling the contract. You don't need to do with it. She also seems like all the gurus last year had a blueprint to sell for their course. So watch out for that. Better stay with Rick and Zach. Yeah. Every guru and their mom has a blueprint in wholesaling to sell you. And a lot of them just actually, the past year, a lot of them actually have been selling my information and regurgitating it and selling it for $2-3 grand. I think it's hilarious. But yeah, these gurus out here, they are so insane. And they're just, I don't want to break down, but they try to sell this information. So get it straight from the horse's mouth right here. It'll help you out so much. What market I'm basically in every market in the United States now, but I am in Port St. Lucie, Florida. That's that's where I do most of my wholesaling deals locally. I do more virtual deals now. So yeah, but I'm in Florida right now. Color Me Love says, I have a seller, has 2 properties that are zoned C1 commercial, has 0.8 acres lot next to each other. He wants to sell all 3 at the same time. My issue is how to comp this property. Color Me Love, you should go to freewholesaling.com. I think I hit 100. That's a lot. I said freewholesaling.com. But you need to reverse wholesale this deal, which means you need to go to a buyer and see how much they're willing to pay for the property and then reverse do it from there. The cool part about reverse wholesaling is if I figure out that a buyer is willing to pay $100,000 for these 3 lots, when I negotiate with the seller, I know I need to be under 100K, and anything 100K is pure profit. So if I agree to buy it for 90, that means I made 10K on that deal. And that's really, that's what honestly, first wholesaling, that's the way to ask the buyer first, make sure they're trusted. But yeah. So, and you got to see, is it a land lot or is it a property? You see, there's Wait, he wants to sell all three. So you got to just get three separate contracts on that too. If they're all commercial, that's fine. I like listerari.com for him too, or zachdata.com. Thank you for all the free info you provide to us. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Dakota says, I have a contract locked up in Mississippi. Great price, just submitted the title. They said they won't apply it into title until I find a buyer. First of all, Dakota, you should have asked this question before you went with the title company. But honestly, all you got to do is just find the cash buyer, and it'll help you out the most. So Facebook user says, how do I hop on and talk to you? All you got to do to come on and actually talk to me, hop on, is go to the Wholesaling Real Facebook group, and I'll help you out a lot here and break it down. Hey, Zach, do you have a calculation to use for your land deals? Basically, my land deals is roughly, it's a little over 75%, but the reverse wholesaling is going to help you out a lot. Jay Serrano says, I missed the song, LOL. Sorry about that. But yeah, what are you going to do on that one? Juan says, do you use market valuation when you're negotiating a price, or does that matter? Market valuation is a very weird one. It kind of breaks down from the ARV from there. Something went on there. Sorry. But doing some dog sitting today. Juan says, do you use market valuation is a weird one. I could tell you right now, when it comes to market valuation, that when you're negotiating a price, I don't let the seller use market valuation to get in the way of it. Honestly, what I could tell you is, yeah, don't use market valuation. Use what they need to sell the property for, and then I would use like a trial close, and that's honestly how I would close the deal there. My YouTube name is Gma. Cool, Markim. Scott says, do you try to get a contract signed before the probate process is done, or do you guys wait until probate process is done? No, I get under contract right before the probate process is done. So I get the deal locked up. All right. Sorry, I'm dog sitting for the day, and Rick's dog. So I don't even get into that today. But so basically, the probate process, you actually can get locked up before. So actually, before the probate process is done, you actually get the deal locked up. So it helps you out a lot. How do you get a probate list? Basically, Omar, the best way to actually get a probate list is to actually go to the clerk of the court and actually pull it. Might be shocking for a lot of people out here, but at freewholesaling.com, at freewholesaling.com, I'll actually go out here and show you at the clerk of the court actually how to go to the public records and actually pull that list. Very effective, guys. All you legit have to do, go to the clerk of the court, go to the probates, find the heirs, contact them, and see if they want to sell the property. At the end of the day, that is all you have to do to get the deal. That's it. A lot of people complicate it. I don't understand it, but that is how you do it. Let's see here. Holy moly, we're getting a lot of comments. Jeez Louise. I'm trying to get to as many as I can today. Going down the list of soonest to latest. So, Zach, with all the money you make, do you buy any cool cars or anything? My goal is cars. My goal is real estate. My goal is passive income. In 10 years right now, a car is not going to pay me any money. I mean, unless I could Turo it. My goal is real estate. So the way I look at it is like a Lamborghini, right? I'm going to buy a sick Lambo truck, bro, right? Sick. In 10 years, what is that Lambo truck going to be worth, right? Maybe it's worth 150 right now. Seems kind of cool. 10 years from now, I could probably sell it for 50, right? Or maybe 75. 10 years from now, if I buy a $150,000 property that's paying me $15K a year, net at the end of the day, it'll probably be worth in 10 years, maybe 200. And that's paying me $20K a year for the rest of my entire life. What's a bigger flex? Because the thing is, in 10 years, if I'm making $15K a year for 10 years, that's over $150K. I've got the entire price I paid for the house back in 10 years. right? And I could sell it for double, which so in 10 years, that 150K investment will be yield me back 150K plus if I sell for 150K. We're not even talking about appreciation. I could probably effectively double my money in 10 years versus the Lambo truck, which doesn't. I'm at a point in my life right now where money's not what makes me happy to a point. Now, in my personal opinion about once you start hitting a certain amount of money, making any extra money is not going to make you any more happy in life. And I figured that out pretty quick. And that's a weird one. But it's the truth. At the end of the day, like I can make more money, put more zeros in the bank account, right? I think what am I gonna get an extra bedroom? Like what's cooler about having a 15-bedroom house? I just like if I have a 10-bedroom house, am I gonna work towards a 15-bedroom house? Like it just guys, at the end of the day, you got to learn to be happy where you're at. A lot of wholesalers, they have that problem where they'll make $500,000, they'll spend $500,000 on a cool truck, and the next year they have to make another $500,000. That's so stupid. When I was making $500,000 in wholesaling, I put $500,000 into passive income that pays me $50K for the rest of my life. Because I'm at the point in my life right now where I don't have to wholesale anymore. My goal is not money. My goal is financial freedom and time freedom where I can do whatever I want with my life. I think it's pretty cool. Cars are not fun to me. Some people are car guys. I'm not. At the end of the day, I value family, friends, and enjoying life. Now, money makes a lot of things really fun, but at the end of the day, there's a certain amount of money where it's not going to give you the satisfaction that a lot of people love doing. I saw one guy flashing his bank account on live streams, thinking he's cool. I'm like that's it. It's funny. But a lot of gurus out here are hilarious with it. But guys, passive income's the truth. It's the truth. I teach you how to make the money. You need to deal with what to do with that money. But I'm telling you right now, the end goal is always to put that wholesaling money I make into money that pays me no matter what. So I can do whatever I want in my life. And at 22 years old right now, making millions and millions of dollars, if I poured that into something that pays me back, that's fine. I'm not the type of guy to flash a car at you. I'm not the type of guy to flash my house at you. I don't care. Okay. At the end of the day, I do this business so I can have the financial freedom of my life, and I'm good to go. No, it's hilarious. My goal is financial freedom. My goal is passive income at the end of the day. And I love running the numbers up, right? So I'm at the point where I only have to work 5 hours a week in my wholesaling business and I can do whatever I want on the end of the day. I've tried it where I was able to be 5 hours a day and play video games all day. I was not as happy, right? It's just, so I have a lot of fun building businesses up, talking about wholesaling, helping people out. It's crazy, but yeah, my goal is not cars. My goal is passive income. Oh, geez, this is a rough one. How do I put a cloud on title for a seller not wanting to sell after signing a contract? I would not cloud the title. If you maliciously cloud the title, if you sign a contract and you have EMD and title pulled and you have a paper trail, you can do an affidavit of equitable interest on the property. But I personally would not be doing that. It's definitely not the way to be. I don't recommend it. So what day am I usually live? I'm usually live I'm usually live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 5 p.m. to 7, maybe even 8 sometimes. Basically 5 o'clock on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is usually when I'm live. Let me know what list you want. I can show you how to do it. But if you're asking it, you should ask because you can't pull the list. Most of y'all can. I've done Montgomery County so many times. Dom Bowl says, I'm pulling the water shut off list. I'm pulling the water shut off list and then arrest record. I think I'm going to find, I'm pulling the water shut off list and then the arrest record list. I think I'm going to find a good skip trace company for these lists unless TruthFuelSearch.com works. Try them both and see what works, right? No problem. Markeem says it won't let me type in this chat, but hopefully you understand what text above. I don't see anything, Markeem. Try it again. Raj says, how do you approach pre-foreclosures, either texting or reverse drank for dollars? Avon says, from the last chat, catching up on some videos over the weekend and pulling some lists. So what do you do about bankruptcy, and what's your thoughts on Colorado? Bankruptcy is a weird one. I've never really talked about that. I'm not a really big one on that one. But drawing for dollars, yes. Colorado is still a really good market. So I don't break down other ventures I do because this is a wholesaling channel specifically. Maybe on my Zach Ginn channel one day I'll kind of break it down. But my biggest business obviously is wholesaling real estate investing, creative finance. Most of it is in real estate. Because I have the passive income with it too. I have other type of investments too. What I can tell you is a lot of my ventures are just kind of suited where I can push the wholesaling money into it, and it can just kind of pace me back and I don't have to deal with it. And if I have a rental, I have a manager for it where I'm not dealing with it. I don't break it down too much because this is not an investment YouTube channel, right? This is mostly geared toward wholesaling. I want to teach you how to make the money. I'm not really going to tell you what to do it too much. I think y'all are smart enough to do it, but stuff that pays you. Like, I'm not gonna break it down too much. Just check out I have some videos on there on the Zach Ginn channel on if you really want to get in the nitty gritty on it. But like, honestly, at the end of the day, most of it's for wholesaling. Elo says, I'm new to this, but next on getting deals, we'll go after it, Wholesaling is meant for beginners. Do you have any recommendations on places to do market research while doing virtual wholesaling? Freewholesaling.com, baby. It's where it's all at. Let's see here. Do you guys wait until the probate process? No, we do it while the process is going on. Should we add any important contingent clauses in a probate agreement? I use that's actually a good question. I actually use the bar contracts. So basically the lawyer drawn contracts up for it. Like there's a FAR bar or Florida bar contract. I like the legal ones because there's mostly realtors that are going to deal with it. Lori, no, we're not promoting any bills right now. Okay. Can you help me pull code violations in Fayetteville? Go to the Fayetteville Code Enforcement Department, or what county's in Fayetteville? Let me help you out. Fayetteville County is Fayetteville County in North Carolina. Coal World, Cumberland County. So go to Cumberland County Code Enforcement. All right, Jay, we don't want to hear you. What's up, Victor? Victor says, right now I'm at the county clerk's office waiting to talk to the clerk to pull a list. In my county, it's called research documents. Wish me luck on being able to pull these lists. Awesome. Best of luck, Victor, on there. Yeah, I know a lot of people struggle pulling it, and I applaud you for taking action. A lot of people love going out here and taking action. So shout out to you on there. That's awesome. Herlan, what's up, Herlan? I have a lead, but lease is not up till November. How to structure the deal? Thank you. I had a lead, but lease is not up. I'd keep following up until you can lock it up. That's my honest truth on it. Let's see here. Is there any way to seem more qualified to sell at my age? I'm 16 years old and starting an LLC with some family. Basically, you're not going to be you're going to be qualified based on your cash buyer, which is your cash partner on this transaction, and that's where a lot of your confidence should be coming from. And that's the way you should be approaching these, especially at 16 years old. Your confidence basically going to be coming from your belief in the way you speak and the actions you take when it comes to talking to the seller. And if you have a cash buyer, you're going to do very well with it. That's the truth on that one. North Texas is actually a really good real estate wholesaling market. I actually think it's a good one. Ryan says, what's up, Ryan? He said, I left you a voicemail on Instagram. What's the best way to ask a question in depth about how to put together a system with a VA and a huge list and calls and texts? How do you keep track of your list? Is best ask on the live call. Yeah, it's best asking on the live call. I would tell you go to freewholesaling.com and go to my 100K a month scaling system. I break down how to hire VA systems, how to train them, all that stuff. go through that and then hop on the one-on-ones, and I can break down any extra questions you have on top of that. Sound like a broken record on the freewholesaling.com, but yes, y'all should go to freewholesaling.com, and like my scaling system's in there. How to start from zeros on there, how to pull these crazy lists are on there. They're all on the bottom here at freewholesaling.com. So I definitely recommend everyone goes on there and check it out. How you virtually pull a code violation list? That's a good question too. To virtually pull a code violation list, all you got to do is go to the, let's say we use Fayetteville, for example, right? I'll go to the Cumberland County Code Enforcement Department. Actually, let's search this on Google together. Cumberland County Code Enforcement. So I just searched this up on Google. And let me show you right here. Cumberland County Code Enforcement. I'm going to click that right here. We're going to hop on here. Cumberland County, North Carolina. This is the code enforcement website. I would probably call the manager and get it, or email, and that's the contact information. Call them and get all open code violations for tall grass, structural damage, mold, mildew, stuff like that. That's exactly how I do it. The way I teach it is all at freewholesaling.com and shows you exactly how to do it. Kenny says, as you know, not newbie, but reboot after several months being ill, heart issues, so used June challenge as a launch. Awesome. Kenny, hope you're doing well. Let me know any updates on your health. Always praying for you, man. Pulling for you, man. Juan Castillo, IDI is good too. Kevin's like, how do I start without any money? Kevin, go to YouTube, search Flip with Rick, and watch the video that is live right now, or watch the replay. I have it in the beginning of the entire process. DJ Nays or Nas, what's up? Love it. I'm here in LA, California. I'm still trying to get my first deal in my backyard. Any recommendations? Pre-foreclosures and probates are probably gonna be your best thing. LA is definitely a tough one. Unfortunately, when I try to find cash buyers, there's always gonna be spam comments. You're gonna have to do multiple places and do it. And you're gonna have to DM people that have already put their email on there. That's gonna be the best suggestion. Guys, at freewholesaling.com, break it down. I sound crazy every time I say it, but it's true. Fume says, should we consider paying executor fees, attorney fees, fees for court filings, creditor notice fees for probate? No. Unless it's like you make an insane amount. Jason says, is it worth paying more for good data? If it's not, you'll end up with a list that's mostly wrong numbers. I agree to a point there. If you got no money, no. But always paying for the data usually is always worth it if you're using the right service. James says, I'm new to wholesale and I'm a lead manager. I tend to jam up when I'm asked if I'm buying me for an investment. How do I read the person asking the right question? Great question. So I always get asked, Zach, what are you going to do with the property if you buy it? Or what's your purpose for contacting me? Why are you looking to buy houses? I always say, well, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing. So I've bought properties. I've resold them. I've flipped them. I've bought them. I've kept them as rentals. I have actually bought them and sold them to friends that are just going to flip it because it's too much work for me. I don't specifically know what I'm going to do with the property. I know I want to buy it. I'm going to have to go look at it in person with you and actually see when you're free for me to go buy the property and actually see if it's a right fit for me. That's it. Because sometimes good rental, like I've just gone to apartments and I've just bought the property for myself as a rental. It's a good cash flowing house. It's by another rentals I got. Sometimes I do that. Right. So like I've done every which way, and my cash partner, sometimes he does this, blah, 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 right? Your cash buyer, my partner on the deal, maybe he rents them. Sometimes he flips them. I don't know. We got to go actually see the property and see what it needs. Does this property have like crazy termite damage or anything that like, if I'm going to flip it, Mr. Seller, it's going to be because it needs a new roof. There's termites. I have to rip open all the walls. There's asbestos in the ceiling. Like if it's nothing that crazy, I'm probably not going to flip it, or I might flip it. I don't know. I'm going to have to go see it. That's the best way to answer that type of question. George says, Zach, I live here in Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach, just joining your platform. Zach, I'm 63 and like to know where's the best place for leads to get started here in wholesaling. If you're in Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach, reverse drawing for dollars, it's going to be the best one. So I would find ugly houses. You're in Cocoa Beach. Don't do Cocoa. George, if you've been living here for a while, you know Cocoa's a little rougher. That's probably, Cocoa's kind of hard for wholesaling. I know Rockledge is a little tougher. I would stick to Cocoa Beach and Cape Canaveral, and I would reverse drive for dollars there. Reboot after being awesome talking to you. Nice fee. Already got the pipeline. Awesome. Awesome. Is it possible to pull government and niche lists virtually? All the time. That's what we teach at freewholesaling.com. So, of course. Yeah. So, my group is for beginners, but it's also not for it's for everybody. It's for people who are looking to wholesale houses for real. So, we have a ton of millionaires that are millionaires in wholesaling in the group. We got a ton of people that are beginners in the group. The group is for everybody. It's a mastermind, right? It's for people who are beginner can actually reach people that are millionaires in wholesaling, actually connect and talk without paying $30,000 to join the mastermind, right? That's the point of the mastermind, where people of all ages, all experience levels, of all cash coming in, all type of businesses converge together in one mastermind. It's the wholesaling houses for a mastermind. It's the point, Let's see here. People are going to stop flipping houses. Are there other buyers besides landlords? People still flipping houses. I sold another deal to a hedge fund over the weekend. Like, people are buying all over the country still. Even when the craziest crash of real estate that happened in 2008 happened, cash buyers were buying every single day still, all over the country. It's just the prices that change, right? People never know the bottom of real estate. Real estate could be at the bottom right now today. We could legitimately be at the bottom right now as we're speaking. Who knows? Nobody has a crystal ball. Probably not. I just inferring it's probably not the bottom right now, but still people are still buying. Literally sold a deal on the MLS today. I signed the documents on Friday. Literally did it today. So the wire came in today from another cash buyer. He's going to be a landlord, but he bought it with hard money. We made like $70K on the deal. I'm telling you right now, it's insane. It worked, guys. Zach, where's that wholesaling site? Just seeing you. How cool. So, George, go to freewholesaling.com, FREE wholesaling.com, freewholesaling.com. Do you find sellers go to title and then find the cash buyer, or find the seller? Wait, what? Hold on. Find the seller first, then find the cash buyer, then go. I find the seller, bring it to title, and then find the cash buyer. Usually I have the cash buyer lined up, though. K-Deep Montana Vivo says, how do you feel about saving money in a bank? I know you're not a financial advisor, but love to hear your input, and your God bless you and your family. So I don't break down financial investment stuff like that too much, but I have been holding a ton of cash the past year after millions and millions of dollars of wholesaling. And I'm telling you right now, I've been holding a lot of cash because things are getting a little spicy in the market, a little too hot. And I will be deploying a lot of that capital in the coming months, coming quarters at cheaper prices. And I'm going to make a ton of money doing it. So yeah, I keep it in a bank. It's FDI. The problem with the FDIC is only insured for what? What's the insurance on FDIC? FDIC is, let's see how much. FDIC is $250K, which, I'm just being completely honest, not good. That's not a lot of money. So when you're making millions of dollars in assignment fees, it's kind of hard to have an FDIC on a bank account that's only covering $250,000. So there's ways around it. But yeah, I'm always doing that. I also have a lot of other assets that are sort of like bank accounts because they're extremely liquid. Those work too. Let's see here. Awesome. Yep, that's completely true, Eli. The replay for this live will be on Facebook and YouTube for all the free ways to get started. Yes. How come your purchase and sale agreement doesn't include buying the house as is? Because you're agreeing to purchase the property. You can get an as is contract anywhere. I mean, you are buying the property as is. And if you don't like my contract, use someone else's contract, but that contract it's a purchase and sale. It's a standard purchase and sale. It's not as is. It's a purchase and sale because you can do whatever you want with it. Hey, Zach, can you please explain how to drop out of a deal after signing the contract? You just got to basically have a written notice or an email or text to the seller and then get your EMD from the title. Shout out to Rick for bringing this young intellectual individual into this world. Shout out to Rick, but I think my mom has a very, 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 very big shout out to her too, because Rick did not do most of the work on bringing me into this world. Shout out to all of our mothers. We should all call our mothers tonight and thank them for all they've done for bringing us into this world. Just FYI. Rick definitely helped. But when it comes to doing most of the work, I like to thank my mom. Oh. I got a property in Netherlands, Texas, but it's a hedge fund property, but I can't find no hedge funds in that area. Nederland, Texas. Where is that by? In the area, no way I can go about deal instead of wholesaling. I would Nederland, Neder. That's in Jefferson County, right by the water, right? Oh, that's Beaumont. Oh, yeah, Beaumont's a little weird. Once you're outside of Beaumont, I tell everyone to do Beaumont. It's okay. The hedge funds are kind of like in Houston or Beaumont. I would cold call the four rents. So Vicky How says, what is pre-probate? What does PropStream get the data and have you found it successful? I pulled pre-probate list from PropStream and went to the court and did some research on some of the properties and found that either way the owners died years ago and couldn't find anything. Yeah, sometimes the owner died years ago and it finally now goes into probate. One thing I can tell you right now is pre-probate is basically when PropStream scrubs the deceased obituary records more or less with owners, and basically they think they're pretty much the same. And they say that person most likely died and it's not in probate yet. Pre-probate is just when they're finding people that died that own property and it hasn't gone through the legal probate process. Probate's when someone files it. So pre-probate's a little faster. The data is sometimes a little off, but it's a lot fast. I use pre-probate. I think it works really good. Where in Florida are you and your dad from? So Rick is mostly grew up in South Florida, Broward County. I basically grew up in Martin County in Florida. So basically Stuart, Florida, whole Treasure Coast region, mostly wholesale in Port St. Lucie, which is like 2 minutes, from me. So all the same area, more or less. But yeah, by the beach fishing. That's kind of basically how I grew up. 2 p.m. Arizona. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Those times are backwards? Hold up. Oh, yeah. They're backwards. My bad. 5 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 Central, 3 Mountain, 2 Pacific. I don't know why the times are backwards. I'm not thinking. I'm thinking Eastern. That's why I said East. At least I know that one. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I was in the West Coast for a little. I'm going all over the place. Yeah, so it's 5, 4, 3, and 2. My bad, y'all. YouTube helps me convert it the best way. So yeah. Also have a probate problem where the grandmother passed away and her son was in the transition to get in it, and then he passed away. Where's the daughter or the son? You got to do it where you think the heir is and kind of work with a probate attorney on there. Sometimes it's very complicated. That's really weird. Let's see here. I'm very new to wholesale. I'm a lead manager. I already talked to James here. Appreciate it. So, George, we have 4 YouTube channels that are live right now. and then a bunch of Facebook places. So that's where a lot of this information is. True what they say about excuse finders. I'm excited about getting well, and all I want to do is get my high of taking 3 to 5 transactions a month now about my voice return. Awesome. Hope you're doing better. Pizza shop is a recurring business. It's a saturated business, hands down. Katana Sage, if you're an introvert, you're probably going to be more effective talking to sellers because you're not going to be gabbing all day. So yes, you do the script and you go into it. You basically, introverts are better because introverts actually, they speak less and they know how to ask questions and they do more thinking and they let the other person speak. So introverts actually have a way better chance of dealing with sellers. Yeah, Zillow for suburbs are good. Do you drop out of college after you became successful? No, still got my degree. Basically wholesaling full time, but I was just basically doing my degree on the side. So yeah, still graduated from college. The reason basically was just to make, I don't know, I mean, I graduated college in 18 months, so it wasn't really that much work for me. I have an eidetic memory, so I was able to do college like between you and me, like 8, 9, 10 hours a week. And it was like full time. I was taking like 14, 15 credits. And I would literally read a textbook, watch Electric 2X, and then not do anything, take a test, and I'm good. I'm very lucky on that part. Most people aren't. But I was able to do college 10 hours a week. And most people spend 10 hours a week on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And I cut out a lot of video games, a lot of like Netflix, all that fun stuff. And I basically just spent that extra 10 hours, still worked out every day, not every day, like 5 days a week, and still just did college on the side. Those business schools, a joke, and got my degree. Pretty easy. Got a full ride still. And I was wholesaling at like locally where I was at. So yeah. And then if anyone gives me excuse, oh, well, I go to a good college. Guys, like I got a full ride. I was able to graduate in 18 months, and it was from it was the top ranked school in Florida for universities. Like, it's not like, just FYI, like I didn't go to like no easy school. Like, it's if I can do it, if an idiot like me can do it, anyone can do it. What majority of your deals are creative finance wholesales? So majority of my creative finance deals right now are lease options. Second biggest is going to be subject twos. Awesome, Louie. Dakota says, I have a contract under the Mississippi Gulf Coast. What's the best way to find buyers here in the South? Also, the title company won't accept the contract till I have a buyer. Dakota, get another title company. That's a stupid, stinking title company. If I were other wholesalers are doing on this. Let's see here. The best one's probably for rents, honestly, if it's like a low ARV market. Yeah. See, I don't like these type of statements. You know, cash buyers are going to transition from fix and flippers to landlords. No, they're still going to be flippers. They're still going to be landlords. They're just changing the prices they're buying, which means your prices need to go down. That's it. No big deal. Still, at the end of the day, you're selling contracts, right? Like, at the end of the day, if you have a good contract deal, they will come if you know how to market it correctly. Worst states for wholesaling, anything I say with a high population and a high ARV. So if the ARV is over 500,000-600,000, it's got a high population, probably not good. So a lot of SoCal. The only thing in SoCal that works like the Inland Empire, that probably is the worst one, more or less, for it. San Francisco, New York City, Miami's not good. Like the Northeast is not that good, like Jersey. Anything with a high ARV, anything ARV over 600,000, probably not going to be the best bet. But honestly, that at the end of the day, that's going to be the biggest issue I see. But guys, if you get any value from this video, just do me a favor, smash that like button and subscribe. I see so many of y'all watching this video not liking. Hit that like button, guys. I try to give as much free content as possible in wholesaling real estate and help you guys out. Guys, do me a favor, smash that like button and subscribe. Go to freewholesaling.com. Over 50,000 members in freewholesaling.com. So something's right? We're helping a lot of people out because I want everyone to go through freewholesaling.com because then you're going to get very good curriculum on the education. You're actually going to learn how to wholesale the right way. And then you get a $10,000 education for wholesaling absolutely for free. Join the Wholesaling House for a Mastermind and learn this business absolutely for free. Guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Mountain, 2 p.m. Pacific. So guys, appreciate it. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon. Doing our one-on-ones tomorrow. So appreciate it, guys.